It's episode 10.
Episode
Stropharia
10.
Productions. Salud. Thanks for everybody watching. Drinking some of Matt's cold brew.
Homemade cold brew.
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good? Mm-hmm. Enjoy it. Good.
It's fire.
I'm glad you like it.
It's fire.
All right. Well, so back at my house.
Back at
Back in your
Matt's.
house.
What's up?
What's up?
What is going on? What are we doing today?
What's going on in the news, boys?
So we're going to do things a little different.
Huh?
We're going to do things a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to look up odd, weird situations and talk about it. So let's get into it.
With some of the cold brew.
What weird stuff do you
This
have
thing's
for us
going to
today?
jack me up.
Yeah, you're going to get jacked. This is just some weird news stories that I found.
Man locked in a pigeon cage for 20 years
By his
by his
siblings.
Yeah, I'm supposed to read them out, but bro, yeah. Anyway, yeah, number one, man locked in a pigeon cage for 20 years by his siblings.
That's odd.
What do you guys think about that? In late 2015, Spanish police were investigating a brother and sister when they discovered a third sibling who had been kept in a dovecote since
Wait a minute.
1996.
Spanish police were investigating a
Nothing
brother.
but a bucket for a toilet.
No, hold on, bro. He's dressed like a bird. Do you
Bro,
see the
they're
head?
just showing you a picture of a cage to show you what the guy's in.
I'm like,
They didn't dress him up like a bird.
From my
You need to
angle.
superimpose this picture.
yeah, no, from my angle, dude, it looked like
You
a
need to
dude
put this
wearing a.
picture
No,
down here.
Did you think that was the guy
From his
in
angle,
the...
dude, I
You
can't
know
see
what?
anything,
Put the
bro.
picture over his face.
I can't see, bro.
Okay,
I'm blind.
next.
I'm blind.
Wow.
We're gonna move on.
So
Number
what happened?
2.
What happened to the guy in the pigeon cage?
That's it, man. It's all we get.
They
We
just
just
found
get
him?
what the story was.
Yeah,
we don't
it's just
get
like the
any
headline.
No closure to any of these.
No
Oh,
closure.
man, that's rough.
So I guess
You gotta look
stop
them up for
watching
yourself.
now
Yeah.
if you're not into that. Number 2, Japanese man smears feces on teenage girl.
A man did it to a girl. They didn't say woman.
Japanese man smears feces.
I mean, it's
on
not appropriate for
teenage
anyone to
girl.
get smeared with feces, but it's a girl, not a
Did he
woman.
pay her for it? Is this like a sex
Yeah,
thing?
it's just like wet work.
Is this a sex thing?
In
bro?
horrific news from Tokyo, a man randomly approached a young woman on the streets of Japan and smeared his own excrement on her face and in her mouth.
In her mouth?
40 minutes later, he approached another woman, grabbed her from behind. The police tracked him down after viewing surveillance footage from the first crime scene.
Okay, but they said girl in the title, and now in the description they're saying a woman. 2 women, right?
Young woman dies of pink eye.
What?
It doesn't say that. That's it. No closure. That's all we get.
no
All right,
closure,
number
no
3.
closure.
Man poisons 5 children and cuts off his own genitals.
There's the movie.
Wait a minute. He poisoned his kids. Did they die?
He poisons 5. Well, I don't know. In Uganda, a man tried to poison his
In
5
Uganda.
children. In Uganda, a man tried to poison his 5 children before cutting off his penis after the children's mothers dropped them off at his home. The kids survived, and the man awaits charges of attempted murder and attempted suicide.
And
He
has no
cut
penis.
his penis off.
And has no penis. It didn't say that. In it.
Hashtag
Yeah.
Lorena already did it.
Yeah, but
Is that what they're going to say is committing almost attempted suicide? Cutting off your penis?
He chopped his dick off. You could probably bleed out at that point. I'm not a scientist or anything or a doctor or whatever, but if you chop your dick off, you're probably going to bleed to death.
I'm going to go with you on that. I'm not a doctor either. All right, number 4. Man throws
Oh,
a
yeah.
live alligator through a drive-through window.
This is a Florida. That's Florida man shit, right? Isn't that somebody down here?
I'm sure it is. While making a stop at the drive-through of his
Wendy's.
local Wendy's, a man...
at his local Wendy's.
You know what?
He
I'm
threw
going to
an
read them. You guys can't read the lines before I read.
Oh.
Okay. Man
Just
threw...
trying to
Local
help you.
Wendy. While making a stop at a drive-thru of his local Wendy's, a man threw a 3-foot-long alligator that he found on the
It's a
side of
baby.
the road through the restaurant's window. U.S. Marshals took the man into custody and released the alligator back into the wild.
Good for the alligator.
You know,
Did
sometimes
the
I'd
alligator
like
get
to
any
do that
Wendy's?
at Wendy's.
More of a McDonald's situation, I feel like. Somebody should throw.
I don't
an
know,
alligator
man.
at
Wendy's really
McDonald's.
pisses me off sometimes because I really am looking forward to my burger and they don't get it out in a timely fashion. And when they do,
It's a chicken
sometimes it's
sandwich.
messed up.
It's a chicken sandwich.
I
It's
like
their
the chicken
breakfast
sandwich.
sandwich from the morning.
Morning.
They have breakfast here. Did you know that?
What?
That Wendy's has breakfast here.
What are you talking about?
I got a Wendy's down there and it's got
Wendy's
breakfast.
has breakfast?
That
Don't they
Wendy's
have B's
does.
and G's and shit like that?
No, dude, this Wendy's has breakfast. They got biscuits and gravy. They got chicken sandwiches, honey chicken sandwich biscuit.
I want some biscuits. I want some B's and G's, bro.
Yeah, man. Their
Okay.
potatoes are amazing. All right, okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Man stabbed in the butt on the subway.
In the butt.
With what?
Back in 2015, a man with the strongest butt ever was stabbed in the butt
Wait a
multiple
minute. Wait a
times.
minute.
Let me finish
Okay, I'll let-
the head.
All right.
Back in 2015, a man with the strongest butt ever was stabbed in the butt multiple times while trying to get off of the subway. Oddly enough, he didn't even realize he was stabbed until he got home.
Because he has the world's strongest butt.
That's just weird wording of things there. I don't know what to say about that.
He's starring as the first gay superhero.
I think the ambiguously gay duo is the first superhero.
No, he's starring as the first Marvel openly
As
gay
what, Buttman?
Buns of steel.
Yeah,
What's
the ambiguously gay duo. 6. Naked man falls through ceiling and destroys everything.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He destroyed everything.
Destroyed everything.
Why was he naked? What? How? Is on a home?
In what sounds like a stress dream, a 24-year-old naked man crashed through the ceiling of a home in British Columbia and proceeds to rummage through the house, destroying everything in his wake. When the family arrived home, they found their house in shambles, saying he totaled my master bedroom, went into the closet and every room. He didn't steal anything.
So this dude is
He's
like
just a dick,
climbing
dude.
on this house
Yeah,
naked,
he's just this whole
falls in the window, and just runs around Tasmanian style, ripping everything up, and then just like, oh, I'm gonna leave now.
Dude, it reminds me of the Golden State Killer. Did you ever listen about
Yeah.
the Golden State Killer?
The cop, right?
Yeah, the guy, or the East Area rapist. None of that rings a bell to you. Anyway, yeah, like how that guy would break into these people's houses and tie up these women, and then run around the house
Yep.
and eat food, and it just made me think of that. And he'd run around naked. He had a micro penis, like he raped all these women. He raped a ton of women, right?
But
and
he
they
had a
all
micro
said the same thing. He had a really small penis.
The girl being interviewed.
Right.
Was talking about big dick size.
That's great. Well, it's also like it goes back to like the profile of like
Right,
you
right,
could profile
right,
like
right.
super small penis white men as being they're probably gonna kill somebody.
Oh, Hitler supposedly. Right?
I'm writing a book on it.
On small penises.
Yep, I
Sweet.
know a lot.
Know a lot about
Number
the small
7,
wieners.
the Watcher House. In 2015, one of the strangest cases in modern history appeared on the weird news scene when a letter was mailed to the new owners of a home. The letter contained such creepy statements as, "My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s and my father watched in the 1960s. It is now my time." That's
What?
fucked up, dude. And I asked the Woods, the previous owners, to bring me young blood. This is what it said on this, such creepy statements in this letter. The whole thing is kind of amazing and creepy, but no information about who the Watcher might be or why they're sending out letters has come to light. Could you imagine just getting a letter saying, you know, my grandfather watched this house in the 20s, my dad watched
Yeah,
it
that'd
in
be a
the
little
60s.
weird.
Yeah.
What would you do? You wouldn't do anything.
Fuck it, come on in, bud. Fucking pick some shit up while you're here.
That's weird, man. And they never caught the Watcher.
I asked the Woods to bring me young.
The Woods. That's weird.
Convenient. The last name was Woods.
8. Naked peeping Tom wearing Reagan mask caught on camera.
Damn it,
Wow.
I got
Like
caught.
Patrick Swayze.
Swayze
His point break. man.
Swayze them. Utah. Utah. Give me 2. On New Year's Eve in Vestavia Hills, a man wearing nothing but a Ronald Reagan mask and a sock was caught on
And
camera.
a sock.
He was coming back from
Just like one sock?
Just like one
Or
yeah,
on
he's
his
coming
dick.
back from a Red Hot Chili Peppers show.
All right.
Okay. Where was I? One of the people who lives at the house caught the peeping Tom while he was taking out the trash and scared him off. Maybe we spooked him off enough to not go to another house and to not do it again.
Wow.
Oh, that one was fun.
That's weird.
Okay. Water company employees tries to blow up his coworkers. What? Unconfagre Valley Water Users Association employee named Aaron English spent years building bombs and detonating them near his coworkers while also defecating in bags and placing it in their lunch. This guy's
Wow.
a total piece of shit.
Really?
During his trial, English didn't give a reason for his pranks, but he did go into enough detail on how he built the bombs that the judge suggested he exercise his Fifth Amendment rights.
The judge is like, hold on, buddy. You're incriminating yourself way too much.
You work with me and you ever put shit in my lunch? Like, that's the end of you, dude.
What is going on with society?
I don't know. The
He
world's
did
messed
not
up,
like
man.
his coworkers, dude.
Man steals trout, peas everywhere.
Man steals trout.
That's it, man. You don't have to even read that.
Peas everywhere.
This does everything in the title there.
I don't know.
He
dude.
took a trout
Something
and he
tells
peed
me.
everywhere. No, we should
Something tells me. Sometimes you've just got to snack on some trout, which is exactly what David Wiley was going to do when he started trying to steal trout by shoving it down his pants. When police approached him, he started peeing all over the place and saying that nothing he did mattered because his crimes were only misdemeanors.
That's one way to look at it, I guess.
Why was he peeing himself?
He was peeing everywhere. I'm assuming he took his wang out and started just watering the area there.
Let's move on.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
All right, number 11. Female vampires attack New Zealand.
Oh yeah, female vampires.
Let's see, I want to go to New Zealand.
Now just all females, no male vampires.
In early 2016, multiple unrelated incidents of women attacking people by biting them were reported. One of the victims
Nice.
lost so much blood that he was left in serious condition at a local hospital. If that's not strange enough, a third person was bitten in a domestic dispute a few days before both of the previously mentioned events.
I don't
3
know.
events, and it's the
It's a talk in New
three,
Zealand.
3 times, and then you
a
know
talk.
it's like New Zealand's like, hey, 3 vampires are taking over.
We got vampires now.
Hey, New Zealand's fucked. These female vampires are just, they're a problem. All right, 12. Come on, a couple more.
No, keep it going.
Yeah.
Blow dart attack on Golden Gate Bridge. In February 2016, 2 pedestrians walking across the Golden Gate Bridge were struck by darts from a blowgun. The most police were able to discern was that the darts came from a passing car, but that was it. Doesn't this sound like the beginning of an urban legend?
That's how the zombie apocalypse starts, bro.
No.
With darts to
It
the
sounds
neck.
like something my brother would do.
Darts?
Yeah, dude,
Blow darts.
my brother had a blowgun.
No, but where are they? So yeah, I guess maybe it was a car.
Yeah,
when
sure.
you're driving by.
That's not right.
It's not.
You shouldn't do that.
it's
if you were
horrible.
walking.
I didn't say my brother was good. I just said he was probably something to do.
Strangers.
13. Stranger shaves cats in
Yep.
Minchinhampton? Minchinhampton.
Sure.
Sure. In January 2016, pet owners in Minchinhampton, England, were astonished when their cats began showing up with patches of their fur shaved off. One cat owner said, I think it must either be children doing it for a joke or someone in the neighborhood with a vendetta.
Ooh, they probably don't like the cats
Yeah,
roaming
man.
around in their front yard.
Some people say fuck
Yeah,
cats.
some
man.
people they don't like cats.
What does that look like with trying to shave a cat? You ever try to wash a cat?
Yeah, I
Are you
don't
gonna
know.
like try to come at a cat with a buzzer?
I don't want to go anywhere near them.
I
All
don't
right.
like cats. Cats are awesome.
Number 14,
They're awesome.
the McAllen Beauty Queen murder. In 1960, Irene Garza was murdered after giving a confession to her priest, John Feet. 5 days after the murder, Her asphyxiated body was pulled out of a canal, and although Feet was the primary suspect from the onset of the investigation, he wasn't charged until 2016. Even then, there was no motive established.
Another innocent man in prison? Is that what it's saying?
I believe it is. All right, and the
Sad.
last one. Where are we at?
I don't know, 15 minutes maybe? Yep.
And garlic knots send friends into a fury.
Over garlic knots.
Hey man,
Yeah, man.
I get riled up about them.
Some good garlic knots, I could probably take you out.
Garlic knots.
4 friends totally freaked out and smashed up a pizzeria after they found out that their order of garlic knots was covered in cheese. The knots put them in such a fury that they threw food at the workers and knocked a cash register and fax machine off the counter.
Wow.
Those
put
must have
cheese on my
been
garlic
really
knots.
bad garlic knots.
They didn't want cheese
Would
on
you
it.
do something like that?
I like a
Since
little
you get
farm cheese
furious
on it.
about garlic.
I
garlic
said
knots?
no cheese. No,
That's crazy.
I never get that upset. You know
Now, what
why?
was the other one we were
Because I
looking
like
at?
all
Some-
kinds of food.
Yep.
So it
You should
really,
be grateful you're even eating something.
I'm just like, is it hot? I'll eat it.
Yeah. You got people starving around this world.
Unless I'm
They would
paying,
eat those cheese and
unless I'm
garlic
paying
knots.
a lot of money for something that like I was really in the mood for. That was the only time I think I'd ever get upset. You know, like I was like my heart was set on it for like a week. I'd been planning to go there on my birthday to eat sushi, and then you go, and they got like the worst chef ever that working that night, and he screws up all your rolls and doesn't cook them or doesn't.
Don't burn this man's rolls.
It's never happened.
Don't burn his rolls. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. The garlic knot rounded out the list there.
What about the crazy white Nazi we're reading about?
Oh, did you want to talk about that
Oh,
too?
no,
yeah,
we-
the escapee with the dummy in the
Yeah,
cell.
like what do you mean?
Oh.
So like, is this like?
So this
fake?
one might have some closure. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
really
it's just
sure.
like fake news though. Like you did the dummy thing. And
I don't know. This
thing,
is from the Washington Post, bro. The leader of a meth dealing white supremacist gang escaped from jail with the dummy in the bed trick.
right.
I want to know what prison this was.
Right, like what
A
backwoods
white
shit.
a white supremacist has been apprehended
Oh, it's in
after
Arkansas.
he and a
In
fellow.
Arkansas.
You guys can't read ahead of me like that.
Well, that makes sense.
A white supremacist has been apprehended after he and a fellow inmate escaped from an Arkansas jail earlier this week. The word came Wednesday that Wesley Gullett and Christopher Sanderson had disappeared from the Jefferson County Jail, but they may have escaped as early as Monday, according to Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal Kevin Sanders.
I mean, they
Say they were gone for a week with dummies in their cell?
Yeah, man. The fugitives fooled the guards into thinking they
How
were
does that
still
work?
there with a simple ruse. We know they fashioned dummies and placed them in their beds to make it look like there were bodies in the beds. So as the guards went by to check, it appeared
For
there
a
were
week?
people lying down.
For a
Sanders
week?
told the Washington Post. Their method of escape was still under investigation, but Sanders said the jail's surveillance cameras were not working at the time the pair made a run for it. He declined to comment on whether jail officials were under investigation. The U.S. Marshal Service announced Gullett's capture Thursday near the Ozark National Forest, while Sanderson remains at large.
Oh, wow.
Gullett, 30, is believed to be president of the New Aryan Empire, a white supremacist gang involved in distributing methamphetamine.
So the other guy's still on the
kids don't smoke meth,
Methamphetamine.
but man, like, what do you mean that like?
So
This
Monday to
isn't the
Thursday?
1940s, dude. Where you stuffed my pillow in a blanket and I crawled through the toilet system to get out of prison. Like, what does that even mean? Like, how'd you get out of it?
The U.S. Attorney's
I want
office.
to know.
That's an
hold on,
inside
man.
job, bro.
Monday through Thursday. So for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days they were laying in bed.
Like, oh, they're
with
just sleeping.
Guard
Oh.
changes and everything else. And you're telling me no guard was like, "Hey, boy, wake up!" And then they're
guess
like,
You need
not.
to eat some breakfast or some lunch
"Yeah,
or
they
some
come
dinner. It's been
like
I guess
what
they
about
were-
chow
I
time."
guess they were really good dummies, man. I don't know.
What is this like? Ferris Bueller's Days Off?
Maybe they had
He's
like
got the
things
thing.
like
That's what I'm saying.
pulling strings and making them like roll over.
Like in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Maybe they
thing.
had multiple tapes that played each day of their different
Something's
snoring.
going on.
But that's not.
That's
Like,
an inside
obviously,
job
somebody
somewhere.
let those two guys out.
Yeah.
and the one guy got caught.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like an inside job. But one guy's still at large.
One guy's still out there, supposedly. When was this? I don't know. I think this is pretty new. I don't.
2008.
August.
August of this year.
Yeah, August 1st.
Wow.
He
Still.
could have been captured by now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll
But
follow up
that's
on
all
that.
I got for news.
Stay tuned for next week and don't smoke meth. Don't
So,
forget to like and
else we want to talk
subscribe.
about before we end this podcast for today?
Nah.
No, not
I
really.
think that was pretty good.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming back out to my house again. Good
Yeah, man.
podcast.
Like, subscribe,
Stropharia Productions.
hit the
Podcast.
bell. Thank you. Ciao.